上。
届的这个亚洲策展论坛哦，那之前也很幸运的就是能够参加前2届的论坛。那第一次参加是2017年在孟加拉达卡的这个 Cinematography Academy。那第2届呢是在这个2019年在印度的这个德里的国立尼赫鲁大学。那非常开心，就是说我们第3届虽然遇到了这个疫情的一个问题哦，但是能够可以在这个现场呢，我们在这个高雄的市立美术馆，可以来继续举办我们的这个 Asian Curatorial Forum。那我们这个场次呢，叫做这个Articulating the South，中文叫越南，那刚好跟这个越南的国名一样哦。那其实意思是在讨论，就是说，当全球南方这个议题呢，逐渐变成是现在当代呢越来越重要的一个议题的时候呢，我们该如何重新来讨论这个全球南方的一个复杂性跟多元性啊？所以我们在这个 session 呢，很高兴的邀请到3个讲者，2位来自越南，1位来自台湾。那他们都会各自用不同的角度呢来切入来讨论，就是全球南方这个议题。那我们今天的第1位讲者呢是来自这个越南国家文化艺术研究院 VICAS， 那英文叫做这个 National Institute of Culture and Art Studies， 那是由这个 VICAS 的这个Associate Professor、Senior Researcher 跟 Head of Division of Art Studies， Professor Dr. Doan Thi My Huong来负责，就是我们第1场的这个就是演讲哦。那这个洪教授呢，他的讲题叫做越南艺术史与文化遗产研究计划推动品牌建立与国际交流。那 VICAS 在1971年成立于这个越南河内。那从1971到现在，其实已经半世纪这么久了。所以说这个 speech 呢，其实这个洪教授这里呢，其实也会为我们带来就是关于 VICAS 的简介，然后非常重要就是在于说VICAS 在这个国际交流的一个部分，那尤其是在越南的这个文化遗产、文化资产的这个保存以及推广的一个部分呢，在进入到21世纪的时候呢，如何用这个新的思维以及新的这个挑战方式呢，来处理这些传统的一个议题。那另外一方面就是说 VICAS 又如何看待自身对于这个现代越南的一个在文化还有美术方面的一个发展，扮演什么样的一个角色？那我们就因为时间的一个关系，我们就邀请这个团体迷红博士呢，来这个发表他的这个讲题，谢谢。
First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Doan Thi My Huong, the head of the Division of Art Studies in Vietnam National Institute of Culture and Art Studies, VICAS. So today I would like to send on research on history of arts and cultural heritage of Vietnam, implementation, branding, and international cooperation. Yes, first of all, I would like to give you some overview about VICAS. Established in 1971, the Vietnam National Institute of Culture and Art Studies, and now we call VICAS for short, has been 50 years now as a research agency implementing scientific activities and postgraduate training in cultural art and consulting for leader of Ministry of Cultural, Sports and Tourism. VICAS has made remarkable contributions. The study of Vietnam's art history and cultural heritage is one of activities that we focus on. So VICAS has achievement, a system of articles, books, videotapes, a databank of cultural heritage, national research program in arts, applied study in art practice, cultural industry, and PhD training in cultural studies, in history of fine art, history of cinematography and television. So the questions are, we have 3 questions. So with these 3 questions, I would like to show you one by one later. Then now, Vietnam National Institute of Cultural and Art Studies is a scientific non-business unit under the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, researching and implementing scientific and postgraduate activities in arts and culture. VICAS department focus on 2 key areas, between culture and arts. Then, including the art research, cultural studies, databank of cultural heritage, journal of cultural studies, cultural industry center, VICAS art studio, and art study division. So, in art and history of art studies, we have the research study of history of folk music, traditional theater, the fine art from traditional to modern in terms of research and history in arts. We're organizing national and international seminar on quan họ folk song, ví dặm nghệ tĩnh, chầu văn singing, sound recording to preserve the intangible value of gong art in Central Highlands. Studying the art of treo, tuồng, and water puppetry, the fine art of Lý Dynasty, Đông Hồ Woodblock prints, and public arts in Vietnam, etc. Printing books, printing conference proceeding, and publishing articles on website with prestigious journal, scientific conference at home and abroad, and so on. About the research on intangible cultural heritage, the collecting, preserving, and promoting the value of cultural heritage. The intangible cultural heritage of Vietnam, such as speech of Công in Central Highland, we have successfully completed several documents submitted to UNESCO for the recognition of representative intangible cultural heritage of humanity, such as speech of Gom culture in Central Highland in 2005, quan họ Bắc Ninh folk song in 2009, Zong Festival at Phu Dong Temple and Sok Temple 2010, and the most recent is the profile Vietnamese people's belief in Tham Phu, Mother Goddess, in 2018. So the research on intangible cultural heritage also has intangible. We have a data bank with 1,000 of original videotapes and more than 50 scientific films, more than 300 photo albums, cassettes, and the film reports on the intangible cultural heritage of peoples of Vietnam. About the training of PhD, the training program in art major with music art, the fine art theory and history, the theory of and history of theater art theory and history of cinematic art and television. The developing program and content of doctoral training topic is taking advantage of the sponsorship of the forefront to build a doctoral training program. Vietnamese translation of some classic work from foreign languages by scholars such as Malinowski, Kroeber, Leslie White, so on. Facilitating training abroad for young researchers in the United States, in the Federal Republic of Germany, and the United Kingdom. So, first, I would like to show the answer for the first question: is how research on Vietnamese art history and cultural heritage at VICAS are conducted. The first, we have three things. The first, a study of art history. The second is exploiting and researching the resource of Vietnam cultural heritage. The third thing is the art training and cultural heritage. About the study of art history, first establishing an art research department for fundamental research, in-depth research, art policy research, artistic heritage, and intangible heritage in indigenous knowledge about the traditional art of Vietnam. The second thing is develop research program on art. I mean, we carry out national level projects, carrying out regular tasks, organizing classes to teach intangible cultural heritage, public art workshops, publication of books such as some books such as the art of Lý Dynasty, the art of Nguyễn Dynasty, the value of art of Đông Hồ folk painting, and so on. About the exploiting and researching the source of Vietnamese cultural heritage. Develop research program at ministerial and national level. Regular tasks on tangible and intangible cultural heritage. Collecting artistic heritage among the people and building building an UNESCO profile to build a brand for VICAS. And then otherwise, indeed, we have a cultural heritage data bank, a data center. I mean, an intangible cultural data bank of Vietnam ethnic groups. In there, we're storing digital data. This center is a unit that preserves and intangible cultural values of the ethnic groups of Vietnam and is the place to promote most effectively with the resources for teaching in universities, searching for research by researchers, and promotion in the mass media, etc. About the art training and cultural heritage, develop research directions for PhD students to carry out the thesis to introduce and research for theories and research perspectives on art, history, and cultural heritage to solve the central issues of doctoral dissertation in majors such as theory of fine art history, cultural management, and cultural force, etc. So I move to the second questions to answer that about the promote Vietnamese art and culture to regional and global audience. We focus on how to building a Vietnamese art brand. So all the things that we do is are building a profile of cultural heritage in Vietnam that I showed you before. Building a cultural heritage data center. The opening of VICAS Art Studio Center to practice art. That is the very interesting center that I will show you later. Or organizing and participating in international conference in Vietnam or abroad. Building a website to promote the brand with the link that I show you on the screen, and the Journal of Culture published in English with the name of that culturology. So I would like to show you a little bit about the website in VICAS. Yes, that is. Okay, so this is the website of VICAS. But until that now at this moment we can find everything in VICAS that now we have do, such as the research, education, international cooperate or a data bank of cultural heritage, the books and publishing, etc. Yes. So I can see, and we hope in the very near future we will have published the website in English also. As I told you about the VICAS Art Studio Center. This is a center for contemporary art development and support. And now it's one of the first contemporary art and creative spaces management by state-owned uni in the country with research and support. VICAS Art Studio Center develop artistic creations and experiments capable of connecting domestic and foreign art communities with the missions supporting, building, developing issues related to visual artists, marketing and public development, creating and supporting exhibition space, consulting, technical expertise, capacity building for artists with contemporary trends, advising and promoting policy, strengthen the network between domestic artists and between domestic art and the international art communities. And also because Art Studio has effectively connected artist to artist, artist to audience public, and attracting a large number of visitors to the exhibition and become a new art space, trusted and loved by Vietnamese artists. And connecting Vietnamese artists with local, regional, and international art and cultural spaces and organizations such as in with the Southeast Asia or Korea, so on. And that is I want to show you two pictures of the Journal of Culture published in English, Culturology. And until now, we have two issues to help introduce research article on culture and art in Vietnam to the world. And now to the last one question and the last one, that means the last one answer for the international exchange relationship between VICAS and Southeast Asia countries and Western countries. All the thing that the first one established direct relationship with foreign partners through exchange of letters, emails, memorandum of understanding, MOU. The second, we have the chance of a relationship through the Ministry of Cultural, Sports and Tourism to receive the request from foreign partners and transfer to VICAS. And the third, through the embassy channel of work to work by introducing other organizations, foreign art organization in Vietnam. The fourth, we have VICAS art studio activities that I will show you later. And the last one, through the website I show you, and cultural heritage databank that VICAS has implemented for many years. Now, I want to show you the internet about the VICAS studio and all the things that we have done to the international so about the international cooperation is an area of focus in VICAS. As a result, VICAS has cooperated with several universities and research institutes abroad, such as the Chinese Academy of Arts, the Lao Institute of Culture and Information, Korea Tourism and Cultural Policy Research Institute, or Temple University in USA, Southern Cross University in Australia, Trent University in Canada, or some foreign artists from United States, in Canada, France, Japan, or Philippines have been invited to VICAS to participate in research, teaching, thesis, guidance, and independent reviews, so on. So on the screen, you can see on some pictures that show you about the established between the relationship between Vietnam and Laos and Australia and something like this. So now I would like to show you some activities of VICAS Art Studio that you can see on the screen. Two pictures that one of the activities of art studio in England. You can see that is the one kind of workshops that organized in England and where all the artists can work can do the things of art in, and to understanding or get in touch with each other, something like this. So that's why I would like to evaluating the VICAS art studio activities. First of all, the activities with presentation, talk, film screenings, demonstrations, and critical practice training courses, art curator and curator, domestic and international art workshops, and residency programs, practicing practical training in art criticism, curation, and management. So until now, just only because this center, because our studio was established not too far, just only 4 or 5 years recently. So until now, because our studio has 33 art exhibitions, 3 art performances by domestic and international artists, and many seminars on culture and art by international experts, and we have 2 workshops on art and creativity, um, and many other exchange programs, artists and cultural practitioners, um, training on capacity building on culture and art with several embassies in Vietnam and some countries around the world. Now, VICAS Art Studio is one of 7 creative hubs among more than 140 typical creative and artistic spaces of the country. And because our studio is already present within reach of creative hubs in Southeast Asia, East Asia, and the UK also. And now I'd like to show you the cultural heritage data bank. Help foreign partners quickly access information and data, sources of images and information on intangible heritage that VICAS has implemented for many years. So you can see on the screen that is a model of data bank that first the device that receive input data is some kind of camera, the record, and then after that they was editing achieved data, then the data um, uh, encryption and classification to the data bank with manage, exploit, storage, and then output products with some kind of output products, and then after all, it's a direct. All of you can come and direct access to state products video discs. So now conclusion, playing the role of a research and consulting agencies for leader of the Ministry of Cultural, Sports and Tourism. VICAS has made essential contributions in consulting and advising party and state agencies, planning policy and program with macro level policy on culture and arts. VICAS has had many projects, research projects on art and cultural heritage, organized many national conferences and international scientific conference in Vietnam with other countries such as Korea, Thailand, Germany, India, New Zealand, Canada, United States, Philippines, Japan, so on. So to assessing the achievements, VICAS was aware of its strengths, focus on resources related in three content that you can see on the screen. The first receive the reciprocal funding resources, creating conditions for Vietnamese and foreign artists to have the opportunity to exchange experiences and improve understanding. Building heritage profile to help researchers directly survey, research, and exploit the field of improved understanding, share knowledge, and theories. So we still recognize the remaining limitation is the limit of artistic human resources. Artists discuss with international scholars not much economy, limited about the facilities, working space, and equipment, the limited of financial resources. Many projects that require significant funds uh, and cannot be implemented. So the initial success of research on Vietnamese art history and cultural heritage in VICAS in implementing building brands and establish international exchange relation will be the driving force for VICAS to graduate remove their difficulties. So this is all my presentation, and thank you for your attention. And I wish you all of you will have a very good weekend. Thank you.